Welcome to day 11 of 100 Days of Automation. Today we'll look at how to extract, analyze and store tweets with one click. So we'll use Craftar, we'll use Craftar's Chrome extension, we'll look at Twitter data and we'll store everything in Airtable. So let's just see some steps on how to do this. The first step is to create an Airtable database to store tweet data. So let's go to our Airtable. Now in Airtable, we can see that we have a text column, a tweet link column, likes, retweets, replies, hashtags, mentions, Twitter user ID, Twitter profile link, username, the date when the tweet was posted, and some other text analysis data like people, places, nouns, verbs, adjectives. They can be very useful to understand the tone and personality of the tweet that you are looking at. And over time you can see patterns among people on what kind of adjectives they use, what verbs they use, and then map it or correlate it to the likes, retweets, and see what adjectives make sense for a certain kind of audience. So very useful for keyword analysis and so on. Then we also extract some other nouns such as emails, emojis, URLs, and so on. Awesome. So now that we have our Airtable base set up, let's go to Craftar and create an API. So I'll go to Craftar, I click on create an API, and my API name would be tweet extraction and analysis API. Awesome. So here I have my inputs and outputs. So first thing we'll do is we'll take tweets as our input. The data type would be list. Okay. The next step would be to actually get the tweet data and do some analysis on it. So if I go to my algorithms, I have this block called analyze list of texts. So in the tweet data that we'll send, we'll have text, but we'll also have some other information like likes, retweets. So let's just extract only text from that. So we have this helpful block, extract all values by key name. So we pass it the start, we connect the flow, and we'll pass the tweet here. The property name that you want to extract would be text. That this is where the Twitter text will be stored. And when we pass the values to our text, this is where we'll get some analysis. So let's create some dummy data. So here I'll come in and I'll create some dummy data. So it's a list of tweets. So each tweet is a JSON, and my first JSON would have a key of text. So let's say my tweet is hello #world, and then I'll also extract some likes. So this would be a number and the value, let's say 2, and then I can create one more tweet, again JSON, and I'll create my key as text. This time we'll say how are you doing @SL. So we provide a mention and then we provide likes, and this will be a number and give it a value of 1. Okay, great. So now this property is text and this is analyze text. So we'll connect exit to end and click on play. Nice. So now the play is done. If I check out the values of extract all values by key name, so it's extracted all the text values. Now if I look at my analyze list of text block, so this block, for each text that I give to it, it extracts some useful information. So for the first one it extracted the hashtag, and for the second one it extracted the noun you, the verb are, doing, and also the mentions @Prabjot right? So we are able to, with like just small text information, we are able to expand it and extract some more useful information about it. So this is good. Now what we have to do is we have to combine this back with our original data. So if you look at this data, it doesn't have likes, right? So that data got missing. So we need to combine the original data with the extra data that we have analyzed. So there's a very neat block called merge list by index. So I'll pass this array here and I'll pass my original tweets array over here. So the original tweets array contains my likes and the text, and the second array contains text and hashtags. So once I use this, my output would be likes, text and hashtags, right? And for the second one there'll be more data. So let's just play and see what we get. Nice. So if I look at my merged list, so now you can see we've combined the data. So this is good. And this is what we need to now dump into our Airtable. So let's just do that now. So I'll create a add records to Airtable block. And to get the base ID table ID, I'll search for Airtable and get Airtable config from URL. So here I'll go ahead and paste the URL of my Airtable. And then I'll connect the exit to enter. I'll connect my base ID to base, my table ID to table, and this final merged list is what I'll pass to my Airtable. Awesome. And now I'll continue this. I'll save and then I'll publish. So now my flow is ready to be used as an API in our Chrome extension. So let's do the good part. So I'll copy this API key. And now let's go to Twitter. So here on Twitter, I have Mark. He's an automation expert and also really good with no code. So let's just try to extract his tweets. So I'll click on the Craftar Chrome extension here on the top right. I'll choose an action extract tweets and then I'll just paste my API key. Then I'll just click on run automation. So as soon as I do that, if I go to my Airtable, we have successfully extracted Mark's tweets. We have all the text. We have the tweet link, so I can click here and go to that specific tweet. While it's loading, we can look at the other data. So we have likes, retweets, so we can see which of his tweets are performing well, how many replies he's getting, what hashtags he uses, who does he mention, what is his profile link, and then the username. So if you have retweets, you will get the username of other people, what date and the frequency of posting we can look from here. And now because we use the analyze text block, we can check the nouns and the verbs that Mark uses as well as the adjectives. So this gives us a good idea. So he's good at API, fundamentals, 100 days of no code, and then bubble. So like it gives us an idea of like what he really cares about at this point in time. And then we can look at the acronyms that he uses, MVP and API, very useful. We can also look at some of the links that he has shared. So that's good. So we have Mark. We can also go and do this for some other person. So I have like a list of automation experts whose tweets I look forward to. So we look at Mike Cardona. I'll again go and choose an action extract tweets. I'll paste my API key and run automation. So now if I go back to Airtable, now we have Mike's tweets. So we can see all the data that has come in, and this tweet had 107 likes. So yeah, so we can look at the contents of that tweet. Okay, and then we can also go ahead and look at the replies, the mentions, and so on. So let's just do this again for a bunch of people, and then we can look at patterns. So I'll just choose extract tweets, paste API key. We'll extract tweets of Olivia, and then we'll do this for Alexander, and I'll choose extract tweets, paste my API key, click on run automation, and finally we'll do it for Andy. I'll search for extract tweets, paste my key, run automation, and we'll also look at Amit. So here we'll go to extract tweets, paste my key, run automation. Awesome. So now if I go to my Airtable, I've very quickly extracted so many records. So now let's just look at some things that we can use to analyze. So let's see in text contains, and then we can search for no code. So we can see so many patterns are there in no code. You can pretty much look at nouns and then try to figure out what filters make sense. So we have all this rich text data from unstructured data. I hope this is useful, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.